What's going on YouTube? This is Tyrone Trinity, the Diesel Soldier, and today we're gonna do a Capri tool haul. Let's go. Alright guys, so most of the tool on this tool haul or Capri tool haul is going to be the new product, and the first one is going to be the new angled wrenches. And I know a couple of people already came out with a video, but I've had this for a week now. I just been slipping on making a video, but that's neither or there. So this right here is, I could say the quality of this tool is up there. I mean, a lot of people say mid-tier, and I can't argue with them when they say mid-tier, because this would have been upper tier if this tool is made in the US. And that's because I don't know, I have used the Matco angled wrench from my coworker, and I feel like they have the similar quality, but I know that Matco does not make their own tools anymore, and most of them are just rebranded or somebody makes it for them. So I don't know. I think that the mid-tier or upper tier level of tools is really up to the mechanics. So right here, as you can see, it's what I really like about it, it's just this V groove, similar to the precision wrench from Mac Tools, and similar to the Flank Drive Plus. But I could say it's also similar with the Milwaukee, but I don't think this is aggressive enough to gouge any brass fittings, because my biggest problem about the Milwaukee is that the grip is so aggressive that it can damage nuts and bolts, or especially brass fittings. This one, I don't think it's going to be that much of aggressive, so it wouldn't damage it at all. And don't get me wrong, I love my Milwaukee wrenches, but that is just from time to time, it gives me problems with damaging or mauling the nuts that I'm working on, or the fittings that I'm working on. So that's it for this 1-inch, and I want to compare this wrench to a Tekton wrench, which I have it in hand, to a 3/4 wrench. And if you see right here, this angled wrench and this angled wrench are both using the same concept, which is 30-60. I mean, yes, it's 30-60. So I feel like the Tekton has more turning radius than the Capri, just because of how it's this thing right here. That little curve right there can make a big difference. And a lot of it say, especially for you guys on automotive, you guys deal with a lot of spaces, and you can see the difference in how it's made. And so I know CP the Tool Addict came out with a video and has a lot of info. He is really knowledgeable about tools, and for me, my knowledge on tools is based on how I use them. So I've been using the Tekton for over a year now, this angled wrench right here. And basically, I think the main feature of the Tekton angled wrench is that it can fit to more tighter spaces than this. Because if you look at it from side by side, it has this thing right here, this little shoulder right here, or a little neck sticking out, and this thing has more curvature that can go through tight spaces. And also it's made in the US, so that's one of those things. And actually, Tekton is my go-to product, and I really believe that this company should be more out there. But I don't want it to be out there because if they have more advertising and all that stuff, they're gonna get more expensive. So I would leave it as it is. And Tekton is also mid-tier level, but most of the tools, especially their sockets, are really nice, and their socket sets are really good for beginner mechanics, but due to its pricing and quality. So that is it for the angled wrenches. And also, every time you buy something from Capri, you get something like a sticker like this. But we're not here to talk about that. And the part number for this tool, for this thing, is CP118311MST. All right, so the next tool that's gonna come up is gonna be their thin wrenches, stubby thin wrenches. And I haven't seen any company that came out with a stubby thin wrenches. There's a lot of stubby wrenches out there, but I haven't seen any stubby thin wrenches. I think the closest thing to it is the Harbor Freight Pittsburgh little cheap ass wrench that I don't know if you call that a wrench, but yeah, it's really thin and it's really cheap looking that I don't even bother making a video out of it. I do have it. I haven't really have a chance to use it. So, but if I really need it, you know, if the tool, every tool has its day, and that day comes, I'm prepared. That's why I bought it. And if you can see how thin this is, and this is their 8mm to 9mm, and this is more for the automotive side, and I do think will come handy for me when I am working with pass-through seals or Isuzus, because I know they deal with a lot of tight spaces. But other than that, I don't think I'm going to be using this much. And what I really like about this tool is that it's kind of angled. I think it's like 15-degree angled, I believe. So, and if you look at it, it's really nice. Okay, so what I hate about this wrench already is that they didn't have a stamp on this side. I don't know why. So I see a wrench like this, it looks pretty cheap to me, and this kind of downgrade the quality of the wrench, in my opinion. But for some people, they don't really mind. But when it comes to tools, the grading of a tool, I think every little thing counts. Features, stamping, naming, everything, how it's made. Because if you're a tool enthusiast, you become so finicky or thorough when it comes to tools, and every little thing about the tools you notice. But if you just want to get the job done, you don't really care. I do have a 19mm Alta Tools thin wrench, and you can see the difference right here. And if you guys don't know, that also and Capri has a very similar feature on their thin wrenches. So I grabbed the Alta Tools instead of the Capri ones. And if you don't know that, if you want to check out more about that video, I do have it on my video list. I'm gonna put a link somewhere right here. Sorry about my dirty hands. And what else? I did pick up, I know Capri do sell this on their website, but I bought it on the original maker, which is their wrestling socket holders. I've got a 3/4 inch 3/8 drive and a 1/2 inch to organize my socket. And my socket my sockets are pretty organized, but I wanted to get it more organized as much as possible. And I feel like I overpaid for this. I paid a lot of money for the whole sets. I do have the 3/8 drive, metric and standard, and I also paid for the quarter, 3/4 inch and a 1/2 inch. And this basically, if you have excess sockets that doesn't fit to the regular socket set that they have for their 1/2 inch, and this is actually their 1/4 inch. And I know that some of you guys, oh, you should just buy a socket set, see, because it comes with this. Well, I already have all the sockets out there, so I don't need to buy another socket set just to buy an organizer. I gotta say, I'm kind of disappointed that this is not magnetic. It would be nice if some part of this, like just this notches right here, are magnetic. Will be really nice, but they're not magnetic. But don't get me wrong, they do work. I've been using half of this stuff already in my toolbox, and I don't know, it's just, I'm just disappointed because for the price, I feel like it's a little bit too much. And I had all the organizers out there already. I have, except probably the tool organizer socket holder. That's the only one I have, but name it, I probably already have it. The Osa Tools magnetic, and it's the Mechanic Saver, the NS Manufacturing. Tekton do sell NS Manufacturing socket organizer, so I don't know. This is probably the most expensive I ever paid for a socket organizer, and I'm just a little bit disappointed that I bought this because there's nothing special to it that makes it more expensive than a regular socket organizer. Do want to buy a Vim mag rail to organize my little sockets, but what I hate about Vim mag rail is their availability. I really just want to buy the 1/4 inch set that they have so I can hang it on my tool cart, but they really don't have it most of the time in any website or even on Amazon. So yeah, that's about it for my Capri tool haul. And right here doesn't really have part number for this. It's just like Wrestling socket organizer. Type it on Google. I don't know if I would recommend this. This is a little bit expensive for a socket organizer, and I think this is probably the premium of socket organizer, and premium, but the features are kind of minimal. I would have bought the Vim mag rails jobber pack and rather than this thing, because the whole set is about $250, because I bought all the 3/8 and the 1/2 inch and the 3/4, and when I got it, it's just like kind of a disappointment. So that is about it for this tool haul. If you guys have any questions, opinions, or comments, comment down below and let me know what you guys think. And I would like to thank you for watching. Subscribe to my channel. And again, my name is Tyrone Trinity. I'm out.